Hi guys, Reverend Crystal Cox here, and I want to talk to you folks today about bringing back Goddess Church and some questions that I've gotten, which is, a big one seems to be, how can you be an all-denomination church, all-faith church? What will you talk about, right? And that's a good question. Most churches are only open one day a week, right? So actually most of them have Sunday service and then like something on Wednesday night. But quite a few of them only have a couple of hours on Sunday. And that's probably because that's all their area can support. But I think it's because they don't have anything interesting really going on to get the community involved, really. So basically, those churches are into, I'm trying to be respectful, but the one true God, and they're very, very Christian in a way that seems to judge other people. So they have these buildings, and they could have, like, say if they have Wednesday service and Sunday service, they could have the rest of the week open to people who wanted to do, like, say, a talk on Buddhism, yogi, Wiccan, pagan, but they don't want that, in their house, in God's house, because to them that's some sort of sin. So what I want to do at Bringing Back Goddess Church is have different denominations and different congregations different nights. So some people will go to quite a few of them. I myself am a spiritual student, and I'm very much interested in studying spiritual information on all denominations. I'm recently studying voodoo priestess. I have studied yogi, Wiccan, pagan. I've studied the Bible, different texts of the Bible, Jehovah's Witness, and a few years ago the Jehovah's Witness Bible changed, and they wanted to simplify it, I guess, like words that had different meanings. One example someone gave me was that back in the day, shambles used to mean butcher shop, and now it means, like something broken down in shambles. I like to go as far back as I can to the source. I would love to read the Dead Sea Scrolls, right there, and some of the women authors too, but I can't read that language anyway. So anyway, I have always considered myself a healer to the healers, a light worker to the light workers, a spiritual advisor to the spiritual advisors. So I'm not looking to get up there and quote the Bible and tell you about Buddhism and tell you about Wiccan. I'm more of an intuitive consultant and a spiritual advisor, spiritual counselor. And I'm going to work with people one-on-one, and I'm going to teach people how to find out what is best for them personally. Okay? How to find their truth and their bliss, how to make their bodies whole with alternative medicine, gardening. I am for non-GMO and for organics and hippie mamas, and I definitely believe in medical marijuana and herbs, and I don't believe in the FDA and big pharmaceuticals, and I like to talk about, I don't know a lot about Buddhism as far as talking about it, but I know a lot about alternative medicine. I know a lot of channel stuff, cryon, Pleiadian information. I have some of the stuff that is on the tip of my tongue I will talk about. I will probably get up in front of the room and do a sermon about it, but really I'm just visiting with people, okay? I'm not necessarily looking to pick a topic every Sunday and go, okay, here's what you got to know, okay? I might talk about different herbs, different things to heal you, I'm extremely passionate about alternative medicine. I'm passionate about free energy. I believe all of these things should be in a church, because if we don't have healthy, clean energy, how are our human vehicles healthy enough to serve God, to serve Goddess, right? If we hate our jobs and we're constantly bitching and negative, we're going to create a negative vibration for everybody, right? So I want to teach people how to make a living online, how to create their reality, how to attract what they want into their life. And I tend to be a spiritual advisor to the spiritual advisor, so a leader to the leaders. So I'm told, yes, the voice is in my head, that I'm going to continue this work with spiritual leaders. So I have a gift, basically like dynamite, really. I go in and blow up the rock and open up the road, and people can come on in. And so I'm going to create the space, I'm going to create the buildings, I'm going to create the infrastructure, and I'm going to do my spiritual counseling one-on-one as I've always done. And the spiritual leaders are going to come there and they're going to teach their congregation. And by congregation, I mean drum circles, toning, yoga, massage, healing energy, organics, gardening, you know, supporting local organic farms, doing fundraisers to support things that are real, okay? And definitely family values. And that means 2 men, 2 women, black and white, interracial, interreligion, and that of course means, you know, the traditional way that people do it, which I don't really get, that heterosexual thing. Just kidding ya. Okay, so it's all inclusive, but it's not at the same time. It's not like, okay, we're going to have a 3-hour sermon, and every 15 minutes we're going to switch. We're Wiccan, and we're going to be Buddhist, and then we're going to be this, we're going to be that. No, we're going to have different nights, different leaders, different congregations. And one of my partners at Bringing Back God Church had talked a while back about, you know, it being kind of a spiritual co-op. And so it's like different nights, different religions, different sermons, tribal stuff. We want to support powwows and Native American stuff and help, you know, support the Indian nation. And so then say we can have like once a month or every few months, we have a gathering where we have all of the people. So we're all sitting down, we're eating together, we're praying together, we're talking, we're drumming, we're sharing each other's culture. And for me personally, like I said, I enjoy them all. I really am multi-denominations and always seeking more. Esoteric, metaphysical, theology. I learn about this stuff all the time. I read spiritual stuff every single day. When I get up, before I go to bed, I pray. I talk to my guides and angels. I do the Raymond Grace stuff, which is, you know, the pendulum work, removing negative energy, removing curses. And these are just what's kin to me, because, you know, by the look of me, let me grab my hat here and show you a little bit more of that. You know, I kind of, you can see why I'm kin to the Raymond Grace stuff, right? Raymond Grace is it's R-A-Y-M-O-N, Raymond, and then Grace. He is a dowser, but he uses his dowsing stuff in order to cleanse energy, to heal people, to move negative energy out, to remove curses. His information is amazing, and so I do that daily. And you know, there's many roads home, okay? There's many ways to talk to angels and bring in protection. There's many ways to remove curses and remove negativity. It's basically about intention, you know, prayer. And just a little side note on that. You know, I've studied a lot about energy medicine. And, you know, when you're making an intention, energy, right? So you do this in energy medicine and, you know, you got your hands on healing and you're moving energy blocks. Well, you also do this in prayer. And your intention is creating something powerful with the energy of your own body coming forth in prayer. So it is about being of the light and trying to be a good person and helping other people, helping raise the vibration. The road you take there doesn't really matter, okay? To me, God doesn't have a denomination or a gender, even though I'm saying bring back the goddess. That's because I think there's a lot of information on God, one true God, but learning about the other gods and archangels and all of this is inclusive in bringing back the goddess. We're not like, we don't want to know anything about men or about equality. I've often found that women tend to be like, well, I've had it with men or whatever, and so they dominate the man, you know, and they're just a real bitch, and they cut him down, and they order him around, and they, you know, men need to be men, okay? Now, they need to be strong, and if they want to cry, they can cry. If they want to, they need to be who they are. So whether they're a man or a woman, whoever they are, they need to be who they are, and not be suppressed for that. And as a society as a whole, we have suppressed women. Women can't be ordained. Women can't do this. Women can't do that. And, you know, men, because they're stronger, they've kind of come up over the top of women. Well, here now, and part of what Bringing Back Goddess is about equality. So it's not about taking power from men. It's not about being man-haters, even though I'm a lesbian. It's not about anything negative towards men. It's about empowering everybody equally. Nobody left behind. And we will be female leaders. There will be, it may change later, but as far as I'm told spiritually, there will be no male leaders, okay? Now this is not to say that we're going to be now like the Mormons and the Jehovah's Witnesses and people that say, well, women can't be leaders, so we're going to say men can't be. No, it's just that that's kind of the direction that we're heading, and if Spirit guides me to change that at some point, then we will. Also, on that note, I'm calling all female leaders, all Wiccan leaders, Buddhist leaders, people, energy healers, people that know this stuff and want to teach this stuff. And I'm not sure about how we're going to be able to fund you, but certainly you can give people your cards and stuff. But in the beginning, it's basically you're like the pastor for, like, say a certain night, like say every Tuesday at some certain time or whatever, or maybe you do a noon thing. And I guess you can maybe seek donations. I'm not sure how that's all going to work, because I realize that those of you who need to want to dedicate your life to more healing stuff, what you need to do is you need to have a way out of your regular life, because you have kids, you have bills, But I believe that's to take to your angels. Maybe in the next video here I'll show you how I pray and talk to angels. And the point here is that prayer is non-denominational too. And it seems like whether you're Wiccan, across the board, whatever you are, there's angels, right? So, talk to angels. I have a family member that asked me if I thought that they would go to heaven if they pursued their psychic gifts, right? Well, my answer was, well, God wouldn't have gave them to you if you weren't meant to have them, okay? But because, decades and decades of her life, she was taught that, this stuff is bad and evil. Well, if you see a car accident and you say, hey, that's gonna happen, you're like, and then there is, and you save them. Is that not God working through you, the Holy Spirit moving through you to help others? Why is it a bad, negative thing? Why is it considered dark or evil in some way? It's not, okay? So just pray. I learned a prayer in Key West from a hairdresser, a really cool woman, and she said she looked very straight. I had no idea that she was a lesbian until she started to tell her story. But she said that her and her partner had moved to Key West, and that her family was Baptist, and that killing somebody was, being a lesbian was worse than killing somebody. The sin, it was a really bad sin. And so she didn't want to lose her family, but she did this prayer of, please God, if I am meant to go down this path, please show me and open the doors to me. If I'm not meant to go down this path, then please help me to let it go. And I do this prayer daily. I've done it with different people I've dated. I've done it with different directions of, just basically, if this, because sometimes you're thinking about someone or some person and you're holding on to something and you're like, why am I holding on to that? Is it me obsessed? Is it me negative? Is it a bad thing? Or am I supposed to move forward and hang on or let go? So if you just make your intention be known to Spirit, I pray to all available angels and archangels and Mother God, Great Spirit, and I say, if this person or this situation is meant to be in my life, please show me what to do for this to happen and to manifest for the highest and best good of everybody involved. If this is not meant to be, please show me the way out. Please take this love for them away in the way that I feel it, or take my longing for this particular path, situation, or thing away if it's not meant to be. Really cool plane going above. Anyway, just some prayer tips. But so in the all denomination thing, we are going to be all denomination and all faith, but that just means that, if you are a Buddhist or Wiccan or Catholic or wherever, and you're going by our church and it's open and you need a place to come in and be quiet and just pray, I'm not going to be in your head telling you who your God should be, okay? I don't think anybody should, okay? Your relationship with Spirit, God, Goddess, Mother God, Buddha, Pan, all the gods, all the archangels, all the angels, that's between you and Spirit, okay? I say this over and over in videos, but don't let anybody tell you that there's one way home, okay? We all die, we all go home, okay? I don't believe there is a fiery hell. I mean, to be honest with you, not to be negative, but sometimes I feel like we did things bad somewhere else and we come to Earth because Earth is kind of hell. And I don't mean to sound pessimistic. Earth is beautiful. Mother Earth is just amazing. The rivers and the mountains and it's just so beautiful here. It's just that the way that things have happened and the way governments are and taxes and health and pharmaceuticals, and it's like, you know, even when things are good, you never know when they're going to be bad or changed. It's like people just can't seem to just enjoy their life and be at bliss and just enjoy doing what they want to do, because you know, life is hard here. It's like we're constantly in lesson and learning, and we have chips on our shoulders that we got as childhood, and we're trying, so it's kind of like we're in constant lesson in school, and the goal is to graduate naturally, and then we cross over and we get all these badges of honor and colors, and yay, we did it, we graduated. But the trick is you got to get to graduation, okay, naturally. So if you kill yourself or whatever, you need to check out, okay, well, you've done that. And I don't believe that suicide people go to hell or go, you know, they just, I believe they incarnate faster. I think I've read some stuff about just coming in quicker, or going to some other, you know, spiritual classroom on the other side before they come back, or, you know, I don't believe that we're the only life in the universe, and there's multi-levels to all of this. But the point is that when you know, die a natural death and you get to the end, like, wow, I did it, okay? It's almost like you got another grade in college, you've moved forward, okay? And that's kind of the idea, but it's not easy here. Even when you got plenty of money and you got true love and whatever, I mean, you got health stuff, our bodies fade, you know, even if you have plenty of money, then, you know, what do you do with your day? What do you want to do? Who are you, you know? Then you got some family member judging you, or somebody in the street, or there's always some constant challenge in school and thing to learn. And I read something the other day about things that trigger us are going to just keep triggering us until they don't trigger us anymore. You know, and I'm really working on this one because I have things that trigger me. But it's like, I'm walking along and I have no idea that this is going to happen. One of my friends said it was a raw nerve. I don't know when someone's going to trip over it. I'm like, having a great day, everything's good. Somebody says something and I'm like so butthurt about it, I can't function. I'm in just so much pain, and I've been kicked and I've been hurt and I've been wounded, and they hate me, and really they just said what they felt based on their own childhood and based on their own life experience. And it really wasn't about me personally anyway. So, alright folks, I guess I will end this video. It's kind of going on and on, but I'll just end with this note on to have an all-denominational church. An all-faith church is not about Sunday sermon for a few hours that's based on a bunch of different things and confusing energies and concepts. We will be simplifying each thing, but basically it's about you having a place to go, to be spiritually uplifted, to learn about how to have healthier bodies, healthier homes, healthier lives, to give you a will to live, to give you hope, to give you faith, and to give you a whole bunch of different information in our spiritual library and our wellness library, so that you can learn about what path you might want to take, what you might want to do here on Mother Earth. And to me personally, it's about raising the vibration wherever I can, whether it be my smile, helping someone, creating these spaces. It could be existing billboards that say loving signs, t-shirts that say positive messages, you know, whatever it is that makes people happy and raises the vibration, and that doesn't infringe on the rights of other people in that same way. Anyway folks, thanks for listening, and God has blessed you, and I hope to see you at Bringing Back God Church as soon as we open the doors, and of course, you know, I'll let you know. Have a great day folks.